no longer recruit sponsored workers under the roots of the points-based system. The revocation of the license does not stop a business from trading. We officially no longer have a sponsor license. I have got over 27 members of staff that are currently on my C.O.S. that have been given 60 days. 60 days to leave the country or 60 days to find a new sponsor.
So guys, this is a recruiter who has had her license to recruit from overseas revoked, and she is stating that she had sponsored 27 people to come to UK to work as healthcare assistants, and all those people were offered the certificate of sponsorship, and that certificate of sponsorship has also been revoked, meaning that the 27 people can no longer work as healthcare assistants here in UK, and they've been given 60 days by the Home Office to pack their bags and leave the country or to look for another job. And if they're not able to secure a job within the next 60 days, they're supposed to pack their bags and go back to their countries. So this is what I'm going to be talking about in today's video. If you are new to my channel, my name is Pauline Popomoyo, and in this channel, we keep things real. And I'll not waste any of your time. Let's dive into today's video.
No comparison. I'm a savage. Yeah. Classy, bougie, ratchet. Yeah. Sassy, moody, nasty. Yeah. Acting stupid. What was happening? What was happening? I'm a savage.
So guys, when you're using a recruitment agency to relocate to overseas, you are not supposed to pay the recruiter any money. You're not supposed to pay for the certificate of sponsorship. The least that you can do is maybe pay for your own visa and pay for your own flight tickets. That is acceptable, but the employer is not supposed to make you pay for the certificate of sponsorship or whatever fees are involved in relocating to overseas. We know very well that a lot of people have been coming to UK and they've been paying, some have been paying £5,000, some £6,000, some paying as high as £12,000, and this is something which the Home Office does not approve of. So apparently this recruitment agency was reported to the Home Office. It was alleged that they were making people pay money and they were not delivering. Whatever the case was, the bottom line is that the recruitment agency was reported to the Home Office, and the Home Office had to take action, so they had to investigate. After investigations, the sponsor license was revoked. So unfortunately, when the sponsor license was revoked, the Home Office had to go after all the individuals who came into the country using this recruiter. And this is what I want to share with you in today's video. I'm not going to be focusing on what the recruiter did or what the recruiter did not do. The bottom line is she has had her license revoked, and she was telling people that she has had her license revoked, and there are important things which she mentioned which I want to share with you, because she says she received a letter from the Home Office, and there are some things which she shared from the letter from the Home Office which I also want to share with you, so that you're also mindful in case you're one of those people who paid a recruiter to come here to UK, because she stated that the Home Office is actually going around investigating all these companies who've been recruiting people from overseas. The number one important thing that she mentioned is that some of the courses that we do, or some of the courses that people do as healthcare assistants, are not approved by Home Office. She mentioned St. John's training and Nurse Aid training. Do not quote me, this is what she mentioned according to the letter that she received from Home Office. And when asked which courses to do, whether Nurse Aid training, whether St. John's, she said the most important thing that the Home Office wants is for you to have experience. I've always emphasized that, guys, that experience is very important when you're applying for healthcare assistant jobs here. So she says people were interviewed. People who came here to UK were interviewed and were asked. She gave an example of a nurse, and this is what she said.
Evidence has been provided of the 12 mandatory courses for Miss Ningi. However, her background, both qualification and experience, would be in nursing, Bachelor of Honors in Nursing Science, and employed as a senior nursing sister. At an interview, when asked what it is about this position that attracts you the most, Miss Ningi responded by saying that she was looking for a more challenging opportunity in my field. How is a healthcare assistant role be more challenging than that of a senior nursing sister?
So a nurse with a bachelor's degree was asked why she is working as a healthcare assistant here in UK when she was working as a senior nurse in her country, and the nurse said she was looking for a more challenging job than a nursing job. That's why she chose to be a healthcare assistant. Obviously, a healthcare assistant job is not more challenging than a nurse's job. That's why you see that even in terms of the pay, the healthcare assistant jobs don't pay as much as the nursing jobs. The healthcare assistant jobs, you can get at least £10.10 an hour, but with nursing jobs, you can get £18, £19, £20 an hour, 21, and so forth, because it is a more challenging job, which means the answer that she gave to the Home Office was not appropriate. Secondly, she said people cooked up their CVs. This is what she said.
Red Cross taken in 2022. Both qualifications and experience in education. Bachelor's degree in English and postgraduate diploma in education, with employment as a teacher at a primary and secondary school. An experienced, reliable caregiver with years of experience in caring children and adults, excellent in providing optimal care and bringing forth a proven track record of satisfied client. Teacher is not a qualified carer that they picked to write this about.
So guys, if you have been in my Telegram group, when I was reviewing people's CVs, I always emphasized on this, that you have only trained for 2 months. How do you then write your CV and say you are a well-qualified and experienced healthcare assistant? And I've always asked, how do you say you are an experienced healthcare assistant when you only have 3 months experience in the field, when you only have 2 months experience as a healthcare assistant? So when the Home Office investigated, they discovered that people are teachers, some people are accountants, some people, people come in from different fields, some are pharmacists, some are all those things. But when they're writing their CVs, they say, I'm an experienced caregiver. Home Office wants you to have real experience. They want you to have real experience. So what this recruiter said was, people need to go and work in the hospital. People need to go and work in care homes. Go and work in care homes, go and work in hospitals and gain experience. So it's important that if you are coming from overseas, if you are coming from outside UK, you need to have that experience. Home Office wants to see that you have been working as a healthcare assistant, or you've been working as a nurse aide, or you've been working as a support worker in your home country, and you have at least 6 months, 1 year experience. And when they say, can you see your experience, they don't discover that you have been a teacher all along, and in your CV it indicates that you were a teacher for 12 years and you only have 1 month or 2 months or 3 months experience as a healthcare assistant, and you're already here, you're working in UK. So guys, this is the very important information that I wanted to share with you, because as it is, we've got 27 people we have had their certificate of sponsorship cancelled, and that is very painful, because where do you even start? Because when you're moving to the next employer, they want to find out, why are you leaving this other employer? And if you're investigated by Home Office and the Home Office said, oh, you don't have adequate experience, and they say you did not have adequate training when you came here to UK, is it going to be easy for the next employer to employ you? It's not going to be very easy. So these 27 people And I know that for a fact because I know one of the people who came in through this recruitment agency, and I spoke to her, and she actually acknowledged that this is what has been communicated to them, that their certificate of sponsorship has been revoked and they have to look for another sponsor. If they don't find a sponsor in 60 days, they have to leave the United Kingdom. Very sad, guys. This is very, 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 very sad. Very sad. What I would advise you is that if you want to come to UK as a healthcare assistant, remember, I always say, instead of sitting at home and saying, I now have my nurse aid training, I now have my St. John's certificate, you would rather be going to a hospital and be working for those 6 months to gain valuable experience, such that even when Home Office comes in and says, how many months experience do you have? I've got 6 months experience, and you've got traceable references, because they're going to try and find out where you come from, whether you really worked for those 6 months in that place. So at this point in time, it doesn't matter whether you come through a recruitment agency or you apply directly to a care home or you apply directly to a hospital. They will need to find out whether before you apply for this job, you really had relevant experience. That's why you see that it's very difficult to secure healthcare assistant jobs with the NHS, because they really want that experience. There is no two ways about it. They want you to be an experienced healthcare provider. Secondly, this thing of paying large sums of money so that you get recruited to overseas, it's wrong. We have said this before and I'll still say it again. You are not supposed to pay any recruiter to secure a job here in UK. Sometimes you might pay a recruiter and think all is well, but you are not the only person who is using that recruiter. Let's say it's 20 of you who use the same recruiter. If 2 of you complain and report to Home Office that this recruiter has made me pay money, it affects the whole 20 of you, because they'll come and investigate everyone who got a sponsor license from that recruiter. So even if you are cool with it, even if you are fine with it, even if you've got your money and you have paid your monies and you're well settled in UK, you're cool with it, you don't mind paying the £7,000. If 1 of you from the batch of 20 or 2 of you from the batch of 20 complains to Home Office and Home Office decides to investigate, you might find yourself in the same shoes of these 27 other people who are to look for jobs within 60 days, or else they leave the country. I am sorry that I have to share this news, but I don't normally sugarcoat things. This is the reality on the ground. I know most people will not be happy with me sharing this information, but this is the reality on the ground, guys. You have to be very careful when you're securing a job here in UK. You need to have all your things in order. Do not cook your CVs. Don't cook your CVs. I have reviewed many CVs, hundreds and hundreds of CVs. And if you've been in my Telegram group, you know that many a time I've said to people that your CV is cooked and it will not get you far. So many times I've actually highlighted to people that this CV is cooked, because when you're looking at a CV, you can tell. Because I've always asked people, you are an experienced caregiver, and they ask you, why are you referring to yourself as an experienced caregiver when you only have 3 months experience, or when you've just completed your courses last week? Now you're an experienced caregiver. So our CVs, the truth always sets you free. So guys, when we're writing our CVs, let us put nothing but the truth in our CVs. And if you have been an accountant, you cannot be an accountant today and then 2 months later you're working in UK as a healthcare assistant. Let us gain the relevant experience that is needed. If you're coming from outside UK, they want that experience. They want it. At least have some experience than for you to have absolutely nothing, because some of these individuals we have been told to leave the country within 60 days or look for another job. They've got absolutely no experience. Absolutely no experience. Someone went and did nurse aid training, only did the attachments and did not do any work at all, any paid work, nothing, none whatsoever. No voluntary work, no nothing. Just a certificate, and they're here in the UK. will get you in trouble, guys. So I know this is not good news to share, but this is what I wanted to share with you, that if you're already here in UK, be prepared. Don't find yourself in a situation whereby when they're interviewing you, like this nurse who said, okay, I was looking for something which is challenging. Know why you want to be a healthcare assistant, and you have to have an answer which is going to be convincing to the Home Office, so that you don't have your certificate of sponsorship revoked. Bad news, guys, but this is all that I wanted to share with you. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you in my next video. Bye.